Let me add a title. Hold on, I'm trying to go here. How's it going, YouTube? What's up? I messed up and I am trying to go live here on YouTube and here on Facebook, and I didn't have everything I needed that I thought I did over on YouTube. So as you guys are coming in, say hey, let me know where it is you guys are coming in from. Say hello. I am officially live now over here on Facebook and YouTube. Hey guys, what's happening? Let me see if I can do this. This might be a little bit easier. As you guys are coming in, say hey. Oh, there we go. Now I can do this. Let's talk about duplication, right? It is great to be a team builder, but if your team is not duplicating, you are constantly swimming up the stream, and you don't want to be swimming up the stream, because the way to have success is to actually not be swimming up the stream, but to have duplication so that your team is crushing it as well, right? So I want to quickly jump in here. I don't like to keep my lives super long, but I do want to come in today and talk to you guys about duplication. And what does that mean, right? You've got to have systems in place for your team in order for them to recruit more people, right? And so when you have a very set, easy to follow, duplicatable system, what happens is your team can then go and do all of the things that you want them to do. But you've got to have the systems in place in order for them to duplicate. So let's talk about what are some of the systems that you need to have in place in order to have duplication. Okay. Now, in the comments below, what I want to know is how many team members do you have on your team? Put them below. Let me know how many team members you guys have. And if you don't have a team, that's okay. Just put none yet, right? That's okay. It's a yet problem, not a zero problem, right? It's a yet problem. So it doesn't mean that you're not going to. But let's talk about like duplication and how we can get it so that you can go from a team of maybe 1 or 2 to teams of 100 really, really quickly. Hey, Karsten, 250, I love it. That is amazing. Congratulations, fantastic. Amazing, amazing. And somebody, 120,000 says Leanne. Wow, Leanne, that is amazing. You definitely have duplication then. That is incredible. All right, so what you want is you definitely want to have duplication. So what does that mean? That means you want a plug and play system for people. Stephen says 1. I love it, Stephen. We are going to duplicate that to make it 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. It doesn't matter. 13 years to get there. I love it, Leanne. That is amazing. So here's what I know, right? I know for myself, I don't have a team of 120,000 like Leanne over here, but I have a team that generates millions of dollars in sales every single year, right? How do I do that? Because we have duplication, right? And so it really is about quality over quantity. And so what I want you guys to realize is that when you have these systems, you want to make sure that you are not like, I like to say as a leader, I like to make sure that I'm the director, but I'm not the one in charge all the time, right? We want to produce other leaders in order for them to then go and create more duplication on your team. So how does that work? So for me and my team, what we've done, and this has been the difference between having a team that's like kind of flailing a little bit and having a team that is like unified and is duplicating, is we really do use the ATM system. And the ATM system is why we've been able to duplicate and have so much success. So if you're familiar with the ATM, put ATM in the comments. And if you're not familiar with the ATM, that's okay. I'm going to kind of go in it with you, okay? So here's the thing that I think has been really, really helpful. When I first started in network marketing, I was trying to close all of my prospects myself. and I was failing miserably, especially in the beginning. Because in the beginning, we have no idea what we're doing, right? We have no idea that less is more. And so I was like, I literally had this like long diatribe of a script that I had like, scripted out for everybody, that was interested in the business. And before I knew it, what was happening is that these people were like, oh my God, she's like throwing up at the mouth, right? So now, because it's so easy and it's so simplified, what I do is I have the conversation, and I'm not one that likes to cold message. You'll never like hear me cold message anybody. It just doesn't work for me. I don't love it, right? Doesn't mean that I don't ask people if they're not open, but I'm not gonna just send like a cold message, right? I'm gonna have a conversation. I'm gonna talk to somebody until I hear a pain point, and if I don't hear a pain point, then I really don't say anything, because there might not be a solution to a problem that they don't have, right? Then, when I know that there's a pain point to be had, I say, if you're open and you want to check out what I'm doing, let me know, okay? I add them to a group. Now, our group has over like 200, 300,000 people. So the magic behind adding them to this group is, number one, they're going to see how easy it is to do. They're going to be added to a group. They're going to watch a video, right? And then they're going to be messaging. So you add them to a group. I add them to my group. It's got 200, 300,000 people. We're shouting people out. There's a ton of value in there. There's a ton of trainings in there. But I'm tagging them in a video that was made by my company. I'm a tool of the tools, right? Don't be a tool and not use the tools. Don't be a tool and not use the tools, right? So I'm a product, and I add them to the group. I say, okay, let me know when you've got about 15 minutes to watch the video, right? And I tag them in the video. Now Facebook's made it a little bit differently. I've got to make sure that they've accepted the group, and then I got to make sure once they've accepted, then I can tag them, right? So there's a little bit of loopholes. It didn't used to always be so complicated, but it doesn't matter because it still absolutely works, right? So I add them. I follow up and say, when do you have about 15 minutes to watch this video? And here's what I want. I want a response back from them, okay? That's really, really important, to get a response back to them, because I don't want to harass. I don't want to harass them. I don't want to feel like I'm constantly bothering them. And so, but I also want to make sure that I'm following up, because the fortune is in the follow-up. So I very simply ask, when do you have 15 minutes to watch this video? And they'll say, I can watch it, this time. Okay, perfect. I will follow up then. So what I'm doing is I'm also modeling for them how easy and duplicatable this is, should they want to join my team, right? And I'm like, okay, I follow up then. Then I say, what do you like best? What did you like best? Or what was it that interested you the most about the product or the opportunity or whatever it is? And I wait for their response. I'm saying, okay, awesome. How about if I put you in a chat? And this is where it gets really good. This is where it takes away. You notice that I'm like literally not saying anything at this point. Like, I am telling you, less is more. Somebody put that in the comments. Less is more. The less I talk, the more I close, okay? Less is more, right? So I will say, can I add you to a chat? Now, I personally always ask, because I never want to be just added to a chat. Personally, it doesn't feel right for me. And so I'll say, can I add you to a chat with my upline, my sideline, my downline? It doesn't matter, right? I want to connect them with people that are like them. So if they're a teacher, I'm going to connect them with other teachers. If they're an entrepreneur, I'm going to connect them with other entrepreneurs. Now, I want to make it very clear. I, of course, could answer all of their questions, right? I've been at my company for 5+ years. I got it down. I know what I'm doing, but that's not duplicatable. What's duplicatable is showing them the system of how easy it is to add them to a group, tag them in a video, follow up, and then put them in a chat with other people on your team so that they can then go and answer the questions that they have. It takes you out of the equation. It makes it so that you're not the expert any longer. And they're like, oh, I can do that. All I had to do, all she did was add me to a group. She tagged me in a video. I watched the video. And then the next thing I know, my questions are being answered by like 4 or 5 other people. Now, here's why I also love this group chat that happens, right? So ideally, I add about 3, 4, 5 people to this chat, and I let them share their stories. I have the person that I'm prospecting share their story, right? And now there's a sense of connection, okay? What you don't realize is that most people join a network marketing company not necessarily just to make money. They love the sense of community. In fact, I have a story for you where there's a girl on my team. She's been on my team for years. She doesn't do anything, right? And when I was cleaning out the chat that we have as the team chat, she will pipe in and say, please don't remove me. I love this community and I love how uplifting everybody is. Okay? And so I want you to realize that when you use this message and you put everybody in the chat, you're making them feel connected already to a sense of community, and a sense of community that they're truly lacking or that they're missing out on. And that is one of the very many reasons that people join network marketing, right? And so you want to make sure that you are hitting that person where it might not just be money, it might be a sense of community, but also at the same time, what happens is you're taken out of the equation, they're connecting with other people, then they're starting to feel like there's a sense of community, and they're like, okay, I think I can do this, right? So then they sign up. Now, what you do when they sign up is you say, do you remember the process that I took you through? Was it spammy? Was it hard? Remember we went through and I added you to a group and I tagged you in the video and then I messaged you and I put you in a chat with some of my upline. Is that hard? They'll be like, no, that's not hard. That was really easy. It was seamless, right? Perfect. That's what I want you to do too, because you have the ability to have the conversations, let people know that you just started something brand new and that you're super excited about it. And are they open to making an additional income stream if it doesn't interfere with what they're already doing? And if not, no big deal, right? And you're like, okay. And then when somebody's interested, you add them to this group, you tag them in X, Y, and Z video, and then you message them. You guys, that is what duplication is, okay? That is how simple it really can be, and it doesn't need to be complicated. But if we overcomplicate things, then what happens is a confused audience, it's marketing 101, a confused audience does absolutely nothing, right? So we want to make sure that we don't confuse our new prospects. We want to get them going as quickly as we possibly can. I always say it's my goal to try to earn your kit back before it even launches, before it even drops to you. So let's launch your business before you actually even have the products, and let's see if we can get your money back right away, right? Because we're in the money-making business, right? I want to help them make money. So that is the ultimate goal, right? So it's about taking action, showing them how simple it is, and then we have a well-crafted, very simple post for them in order to draw leads to them, right? We use an attraction, it says it's create part problems over here. Hopefully you can see me over here on Facebook. So we have a well-crafted, already done for you, proven system of posting a curiosity post about the product, the business, whatever. We've got both, right? And that's how we launch, and that's what happens when you've got duplication. Okay, when you've got duplication, it's not necessarily about how many people you have on your team. It's how many people you have on your team that are working, right? That are actually doing the do. And so if you have easy and simple systems in place, then you're going to have people doing the do. Duplication is your weak point, Karsten. No worries, no worries. I hope that this is helpful for you. And so basically that is the system that I use to launch everybody. Now, I do want to put this caveat out here because I've heard it from so many leaders recently that they're tired. They're tired of chasing people. They're tired of like pulling people through the muck to get them to work. Okay? And here's the honest truth. You can have duplication, you can have systems, you can have the ATM machine, right? Not everybody is going to do the work. So your job as a leader is to be there to offer the tools, to offer the systems, but it is not your job to drag your team with you. It's your job to continue to grow if you feel like you're dragging people through the muck or whatever it may be, okay? So you need to make sure that you are not trying to revive the dead if the dead is there, right? Because you should not be working harder than your team. And the biggest mistake that I ever made when I first started in this network marketing space about 10 years ago, the biggest mistake I ever made was I took my foot off the gas because I was too busy helping my team. Okay. When I first got started, my team was really growing like really, really quickly. We're talking like 30, 40, 50 people in a month because I had brought somebody on and she was like duplicating, right? And so I took my foot off the gas and I went into management mode. And when I went into management mode, my business started to tank. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, it started to tank, right? So you don't want to be in management mode. What I would say is 80-20. Somebody put that in the comments. 80% of the time, you should be focusing on your own personal business. And then 20% of the time, you focus on helping your team. But if you're too busy helping your team, your personal business is not growing, all right? And you've fallen into management mode. Do not fall into management mode. Okay, that's my last tip of advice for you guys. So I hope that this was helpful. If you've gotten value, hashtag value in the comments. Let me know that this has been helpful. I will be back next week for another Monday mindset training, but I hope you guys have an amazing week. I believe in you. I know that you're capable of doing incredible, outstanding things for your business this week. Make sure you commit, and I hope you guys have an incredible week. Bye, guys.